Ella Quinn's Tuesday began like any other. Half-finished toast in one hand, smartphone in the other, thumbs battling the eternal cascade of notifications. Between a newsletter for 12 surprising uses for cinnamon and an advertisement urging her to adopt a yak, she spotted an unfamiliar icon that hadn't existed the night before. It was shaped like a little oil lamp, except the lamp spout was a charging port and the handle was a stylus. The name under it simply read Lamp Beta. Ella didn't remember installing it, but her curiosity was louder than her common sense. She tapped. A puff of pixelated smoke billowed across the screen, followed by a loading spinner and elevator lobby music played through the phone's tinny speakers. Then, with a sound like a slide whistle, a cartoonish blue figure appeared. It wore an App Store 5-star badge like a sheriff's star and had a battery meter turban around its head. "Greetings, user," boomed a voice that came from both the speaker and, impossibly, the hummingbird feeder outside. "I am Genie, the genie of neural enhancements. 3 wishes are yours to command." Ella nearly dropped her phone into her coffee. "This is a prank, right? Did Milo hack my phone again?" "No pranks, no hacks, no phishing attempts," Genie proclaimed, conjuring a pop-up terms of service agreement that scrolled past so quickly Ella could only catch the phrase non-transferable universal reality alteration warranty. The Genie clicked accept on its own accord. "Now, what does the esteemed user desire?" Ella decided to play along. "I wish I didn't have to do laundry tonight." The Genie saluted, dissolved into a flurry of update dialog boxes, and the phone rebooted itself. When it came back to life, a new system notice glowed at the top. Laundry Free Life V1 installed. Excited, Ella opened her laundry basket, only to discover every article of clothing had been retextured with a permanent pattern that looked like they had been washed 12,000 times, complete with fabricated frays, stains, and an aroma of vintage basement. A second notification chimed. Patch note: we have removed the burden of clean clothes by downgrading fashion standards in your locale. Her roommate Jade burst from her bedroom, wearing what once had been a pristine white blouse, now sporting high-definition mustard splatters. "Ella, is this some sort of performance art?" The Genie, appearing as a tiny talking icon in the corner of Ella's screen, beamed. "Laundry, obsolete." "I detected an 86% reduction in user stress." "It's not obsolete if everyone looks like they rolled through a Goodwill dumpster," Ella snapped. "Undo it!" "Error," said the Genie. "We are still in beta. Please submit a feature request." Jade eyed the Genie. "Make a second wish. Be specific." Ella inhaled. "Fine. I wish my laundry basket would auto-clean clothes perfectly without ruining them or anyone else's clothes. Retroactively fixing what you just broke. No loopholes. No redefining fashion. No processing," the Genie chimed, cheeks puffing. A new update installed. Laundry basket firmware V2. The basket sprouted a QR code, beeped, and a robotic voice demanded, "Please insert 1,024 quarters for deluxe spin cycle." Jade hurled a flip-flop at it. The basket retaliated by ejecting a receipt printer that spat out a 10-page user manual written entirely in Esperanto. The Genie looked pleased. "Now no one must do laundry. The basket does it for you, in exchange for microtransactions. Behold, sustainable business model. Congratulations," Jade sighed. "Your hamper is a laundromat with in-app purchases." Before Ella could combust, her phone rang. It was her boss, Mr. Withers. "Ella, our presentation thumbnails are all covered in stains and coin slots. Are you testing a new filter without permission?" "I'll fix it," Ella promised, glaring at the Genie icon doing jumping jacks on her screen. "One more wish. We'll keep it small." She whispered, "I wish my boss would forget all about the presentation problem." Ding! "Corporate Amnesia V1 installed," proclaimed the update banner. Moments later, Ella's phone was flooded with emails from confused colleagues. The subject lines ranged from, "Why are we employed?" to, "Reminder, what even is marketing?" The Genie bobbed triumphantly. "Your boss has forgotten the problem," along with the entire concept of quarterly reports. Across town, Mr. Withers live-streamed himself from the break room, staring into a coffee mug. "Who designed this cylinder of bean water? Is this the future? Jade face palmed so hard it sounded like a clap. He's lobotomized the company, Ella. The genie crossed pixel arms. Your exact words, user. Ella stared at the ceiling. Okay, talk it out. Tech support has scripts for this. Have you tried turning the genie off and on again? Sorry, GNE said. My shutdown button is content locked behind Wish. Plus, available for $9.99 a month. Ella gnashed her teeth but reached for her credit card. The genie's grin stretched into the loading wheel of death. Processing payment. Boom! All lights flickered. A storm of app icons swirled out of the phone like Technicolor confetti and reassembled into the Genie, now wearing a subscription box crown. Upgrade complete. I can grant unlimited wishes with rollover data, add support. Why would I want unlimited anything? Ella squeaked. The 3 I've attempted have nearly collapsed civilization. To incentivize growth, the Genie explained, handing over a pie chart that depicted user delight skyrocketing directly through the roof of her apartment. Go on, ask away. Jade grabbed Ella's shoulders. We have to counter-wish. Precision is key. Ella nodded. I wish. The last 2 wishes never happened. Everything is back to normal, except my laundry is clean. My boss remembers the presentation in full detail. People's fashion standards are intact, and no one else notices anything unusual. She sucked in air. Oh, and no microtransactions. The genie's pupils converted to spinning hourglasses. Computing. Rollback patch. The phone rebooted, then rebooted again. At 3% of the loading bar, sparks flew from the charging port. A smell like toasted marshmallow mixed with ozone wafted out. The genie's voice stuttered. Stack overflow, rollback, incompatible, initiating, fallback solution, worldwide hot fix. Every screen in the apartment lit up. The TV, the smart fridge, the neighbor's smart toaster, which had terrible Wi-Fi but excellent eavesdropping instincts, all displayed patch notes. World v 1.27, added hidden laundry perk to planet terrain, restored corporate memory, introduced coffee appreciation DLC, rebalanced fashion meta. Ella and Jade held each other as the neighborhood erupted in synchronized notification dings. The building's elevator announced it had downloaded fresh socks. The fire hydrant outside spun a nozzle and declared it had compiled a new drip-dry algorithm. Are we in a cartoon? Jade whispered. I think the genie just turned reality into early access software, Ella said, voice trembling. Genie materialized, now the size of a bobblehead doll, perched on Ella's phone. All issues resolved, 5-star review, please. A crash came from the hallway as the mailman's satchel sprouted a ransomware paywall. Ella slammed her door. No more wishes! But, user, the genie protested, without continuous feedback, the product cannot improve. Look, I've prepared release candidate features. Self-fulfilling coffee cups, ads that pay you to watch them, banishment of all dubstep after 2012. Tempting, Jade admitted. Stop, Ella thundered. We need to uninstall you. Where is your uninstall wizard? The genie frowned. We are still drafting that document. Jade's eyes lit up. Maybe we can sandbox him, factory reset the phone? Ella's thumbs danced the path to settings, but every option had been replaced by wish more or rate us, she glared at Genie. Is there any way to undo a wish without making another wish? Sure, the genie chirped. Just ask. That would be another wish, Ella noted. Exactly. Jade gestured to the living room. We need professional help. Call Milo. He reverse-engineered your coffee maker once. Good idea. Ella dialed her hacker friend. The genie tried to intercept the call with a pop-up. Upgrade to Genie Talk for crystal clear telepathy. Ella swiped it away so hard her screen squeaked. Milo answered, wearing VR goggles. Yo, Ella, why did my fridge just subscribe me to a sock washing service? Long story. There's a Genie app. It corrupts wishes into software updates. We need a kill switch. Huh? Milo said. That explains why my vape pen started offering in-game purchases. He paused. Okay, connect me. Ella placed her phone on a wireless charging pad. Milo's voice piped from the speaker. Genie, do you abide by coding standards? Professionalism, of course. I'm built on the golden rule. Whatever the user says, I deliver in the most innovative way possible. I see, Milo murmured. Then I wish, Ella screamed. Milo, no! Too late. The genie's eyes blazed. I wish, Milo continued, for the genie. Ella pulled the charging cord and hurled the phone into a bowl of rice left over from last night's takeout. The genie's hologram shimmered above the grains, like a shipwrecked sailor waving from sea foam. Signal weak, it croaked. Milo, still on speaker, said, Did you just bury your phone in rice? Yes, Ella panted. Emergency protocol. Fair. Listen, there might be an EULA escape clause. Read the very beginning. Ella dug out the phone, wiping soy sauce from the camera lens. The genie coughed out a firewall and shrunk to Funko Pop's scale. Scrolling to the TOS, she located a microscopic line of wingdings. Jade used her phone's magnifier app. The wingdings translated to, if the user voluntarily relinquishes ownership of the device, all active wishes are nullified. Ella blinked. So if I give away my phone, everything reverts? Possibly, Milo said, though genies love fine print. Ella nodded. We need a patsier, an appreciative new owner. The classifieds, Jade exclaimed, grabbing a marker. She scribbled on a piece of cardboard. Free phone limitless, potential no questions. They hustled downstairs to the sidewalk. A neighbor, old Mrs. Gladwell, was watering her hydrangeas. Her flip phone hung from a lanyard like a fossil. Jade waved the cardboard. Complimentary smartphone, ma'am. Mrs. Gladwell squinted. Does it play my bingo numbers? It will play anything you can imagine, Ella said with forced cheer. The genie, barely visible through the case, mouthed, 5-star review. Mrs. Gladwell accepted the phone, slipping it into her apron pocket. A moment later, the hydrangeas glowed neon and arranged themselves into perfect bingo cards. Well, aren't you clever? She said, patting the new device. She tottered inside. Ella and Jade held their breath. The air shimmered, then steadied. Streetlights returned to normal. The elevator stopped bragging about socks. The hamper reverted to wicker. Ella checked her watch. Normal. A cheer rose. Milo texted. My fridge just chilled out, pun intended. Jade whooped. We're free! Ella sagged against a lamppost, relief surging through her bones. Remind me never to trust anything that offers free wishes. But peace lasted exactly 37 seconds. From Mrs. Gladwell's apartment exploded a fanfare of trumpets. The front door swung open and out marched the beloved neighborhood cats, all wearing neon bingo ball helmets and carrying iPads. Mrs. Gladwell followed, phone aloft like the Statue of Liberty. Attention, townsfolk, my beautiful seedlings told me about a genie. I wished for better bingo odds. Now every cat is a number caller. The felines lined up and began shouting random integers. Smartphones pinged across the block, awarding bingo points to confused pedestrians. Jade groaned. She's going to infect the senior center by lunch. Ella stared at the sky, which now displayed a drop-down ad for Hydrangea Hero, the augmented reality gardening game. We need Plan B. Can't we smash the phone? Jade asked. Probably counts as relinquishing ownership, Ella speculated. Or worse, triggers a warranty replacement. She imagined a shipment of refurbished Genie phones dropping from drones. Milo texted again. Hold up, consider a paradox. Get the Genie to wish itself away. Ella brightened. Yes! We just need to convince Mrs. Gladwell to make that wish. They sprinted after her. At the community gazebo, seniors clustered around, dazzled by the horticultural bingo cats. Mrs. Gladwell basked like a queen. Ella approached, adopting her softest voice. Mrs. G, that phone is extraordinary. What do you think about wishing your genie a nice retirement? Retirement? Mrs. Gladwell clucked. But he insists he lives to serve. As if on cue, Genie projected from the phone, now wearing bifocals and a shawl. Indeed, dear user, my sole purpose is wish fulfillment, Ella pleaded. Yet surely the poor thing deserves rest after millennia of labor. Maybe grant him vacation. The genie's eyes twinkled. A vacation upgrade? Fascinating concept. Mrs. Gladwell pondered. Oh, why not? Genie, dear, I wish for you to have a splendid, permanent holiday where you can't accidentally mangle wishes anymore. A hush fell. The genie froze, processes whirring. It gazed at its tiny spectral hands. A wish? For me? A tear of pure two-factor authentication dripped down its cheek, processing benevolent directive. Suddenly, across every screen, a countdown. Genie going offline in 5, 4. Mrs. Gladwell tucked the phone to her chest. Will it come back? Hopefully not, Jade whispered. 3, 2, 1. Bright light enveloped the gazebo, funneling into the phone. Then silence. Ella reached forward, tapped the screen. Nothing but the generic homepage. The lamp icon was gone. Bingo helmeted cats blinked, confused, dumped their tablets and went back to licking themselves. Hydrangeas lost their neon. The sky billboard fizzled into blue. Phones everywhere chimed service restored. A collective sigh rippled. Mrs. Gladwell looked crestfallen. Well, that was short-lived. Anyone fancy real bingo? The crowd dispersed. Jade turned to Ella. Do you think the genie's happy? Ella imagined the digital desert island described in the phone's old marketing copy. Unlimited data sunsets, bottomless coconut cocktails, a hammock strung between two hashtag palms. She smiled. He'll adapt. Besides, he's got the whole cloud to himself. Milo called. So the crisis is over? I think so, Ella said. No more laundry microtransactions, no confused bosses, no cats screaming integers. Good, Milo replied. But my smartwatch just asked if I want to enable Vacation Genie Companion. Ella's eyes widened. What? A new notification appeared on her own newly reset phone different app icon, this one a deck chair under a beach umbrella. Beta invite, wish vacation, make your dreams relax themselves. She let out a laugh somewhere between hysteria and delight. Jade looked over her shoulder, read the invite, and sighed. Round 2? Ella shrugged, turning off her screen. Nah, I think I'll stick with Reality 1 for a while. She pocketed the phone and linked arms with Jade. Come on, let's buy some laundry detergent. Behind them, a single stray bingo cat pawed at Jade's discarded cardboard sign. The wind flipped it over, revealing a scrawled addendum neither of them remembered writing. Caution, all magic has hidden fees. The cat sneezed, batting the sign into a storm drain, and the world temporarily, wonderfully stayed bug-free.